So welcome back to some more Pokemon Emerald, where last time we caught the box legendary, that's, well, on the box, Rayquaza. Very frigging easily, mind you. Then made our way over to the trick house to take care of the last two tricks before the end of the game. And this time, I have made our way on over to Fall Harbor. What is with a phone call every time I try to shut up, people, Jesus. I made our way over to Fall Harbor Town because, well, we have a lot of things to go and do now that we have the HM move of Waterfall. First things first, bag, yeah, I need to pop a repel. That's the one thing I need to go and do right now. But I did put Aries back in the party because he's actually the only one that can learn Waterfall. Pelipper, unfortunately, cannot learn Waterfall. So, yeah, this is one of the moves that I wish we had on us that is completely stuck onto an HM user. But right up here, this waterfall is a rare candy. Very nice to have. Very highly recommend grabbing that. And yeah, there's not a lot of There's not a lot of waterfall spots to go and explore, but there are quite a few, and some of them lead you into a lot of different areas, and one of them also being in Meteor Falls. So we're gonna head on over there real quick. This shouldn't be a ton of backtracking today. I do want to try to make some progress on something, but we'll show that later. Welcome back to Meteor Falls. And now that we have Waterfall, we can actually fully explore this place, which is awesome. And I kind of want to put Eclipse in the... Well, I'll put Eclipse in secondary because there's something I'm concerned about later. But head up the Waterfall. So, there are a couple of new Pokemon we can get in Meteor Falls, but I'm going to wait until a little bit later. There's a specific room that I'm going to be looking for. And you can see all these different slopes, yeah. And there's two main items that I want to go and try to find here. There's two TMs, one of which I know exactly where it is. But I'm hoping I can remember where the other one is. It's not important by any means, but it is nice to have. Let's go up here. Yeah, you two. Let's go fight, y'all. I've always battled Pokemon as a twosome. At least it's not a threesome. Don't look that up. Anyways, old couple, Medicham and Hariyama. I thought you guys had... Oh, you know what? That's later. Never mind. Alright, what am I going to do? I'm going to do Fly... We'll Fly on the Hariyama, and I'll Shadow Ball the Medicham, because Medicham is going to Protect. Never mind. Okay, well... God, you freaking suck. At least the Hariyama didn't do Fake Out. Rock Tomb, you missed. Perfect. And everybody doesn't get to do anything. Shadow Ball the Medicham. Use... Oh my god. AI! Why? How did you miss Fly? Come on. This is a great start to the episode when everybody's just missing or just not able to hit anything. God. Okay. Please just fly over to the guy, and the menus take so long to actually do stuff. Why are you focusing Nebula? Oh my god. And... Oh no. Okay. That's bad. I've said before that Hariyama with belly drum is very terrifying, and yeah. That thing is a nuke beyond all nukes. Nebula, I swear to god, if you miss, it's gonna be bad news. Actually, not really, because Eclipse kind of is immune to everything that... Actually, yeah, no. Eclipse is immune to Hariyama's moves. And Hariyama can only learn normal and fighting type moves. I'm not scared of that thing at all anymore. Never mind. Well, so much for that. Get some XP and Shadow Ball you. Man, the AI really does not think that Eclipse is that much of a danger. Even freaking Rayquaza didn't think it was that much of a danger. Then again, Rayquaza is the one that used Outrage on Eclipse and on nobody else. Hey, you got your number at least. One of the few times we get a phone number inside of a cave. Do I not have like any... Okay, get rid of this freaking mail. I don't care about the mail. It literally does nothing for you in this game besides multiplayer stuff, and... Well, there's no friends for me to do things with multiplayer. And unless it's a GBA game, so it's very improbable to have people who have a GBA. You're the one I'm thinking of that I should have Eclipse for. This This is where we dragon users do our training. The champion even visits. Now, do you see how special it is here? If I remember correctly, oh yeah, this is our first dragon tamer, Altaria. And you see where Eclipse is coming into play. Eclipse is our dragon dealer. For the most part, dragon types are pretty rough in this game. Altaria is the only one that's decent to deal with. The other two are pseudo-legendaries. And where Eclipse comes in, Eclipse is so much of a tank that he can kind of just square off with these dragons with no issues whatsoever, even if they have a dark type move, and they can't really do much back to him. The only other way to really deal with dragon types is having an ice type, which the only viable option in that route is, well, Spheal. Either that or using a dragon type, which is using either an Altaria or a Flygon at this point. And there's one more. We can get one more very soon, actually. Level 45. Nice. But honestly, for how late that thing shows up, I would not recommend it. You'll see why. Got your number as well. Alright, that's, I believe, the only dragon tamer in here, so I'm not too worried about everything else now. Alright, let's hop down these ledges. I think, yeah, the right took me to a different space, so... Uh-oh. Wait, this boat... Oh, I needed to go... Or no. You know, that just takes me back... I think I wanted to go over here. Yeah, because that takes us over here. I think I did completely skip by that first item, but it's not... I was about to say it's not fine. No, it is fine. I'm not worried about it. What's all the way down here? Oh, that's where it is. Never mind. That's not what it is. Did not know this existed. Okay. Well, back to the waters. And like I said, I know there's new encounters that we can get here, but we're going to save that until I get into a very specific area, which should be, I think, right here. Aha, it is here. So one of the things I'm looking for in this place is TMO2 Dragon Claw. Very nice dragon type move. Very, very helpful. Now let's get into encounters. The first is if you use the Super Rod out in the water here, you can find Whiscash. It's a solid water ground type that does its job decently well. While it's mainly known for its high HP, its mixed attacking stats let it take advantage of pretty good stab, waterman, ground type moves. And for some reason, you can also learn Ice Beam through TMs, so it can be a pretty good way to deal with dragons as well. While I would say this thing is normally bad since it doesn't really have much going for it, the only competition this thing has in this generation is Swampert. So, if you didn't choose Mudkip, then this is a good alternative. As such, it tries to be a Quagsire for this generation, but it's not as good as Quagsire, unfortunately. The only good thing about that is that you can't really get Wooper in this game, at least not in the post game, so there's that. Whiscash is good, but there's a competition that it does get kind of behind on. And the last new Pokemon, and it's actually a completely new Pokemon, only on this little piece of land that you see me standing on right now, you can find Bagon here. It is a pure dragon type that becomes arguably the best dragon flying non-legendary Pokemon in the series thus far. It eventually gets crazy high attack, crazily high special attack, high speed, and high HP. It's basically a mini Rayquaza. Despite Gen 3 screwing itself out of physical stab with dragon type moves, this thing just does not care. TMs let this thing... Okay, for TMs, this thing can learn Flamethrower, Earthquake, Iron Tail, even Brick Break and Steel Wing. And thanks to Dragon Claw being right here, it can take really good advantage of that. Although, I would just use the TM. It does learn it at level 79, so just use the TM. The icing on the cake is that when it's fully evolved, it gets Intimidate for its ability, which is nuts. To keep in mind of how OP this thing was, it was so broken to the point where it was banned in competitive for a long time. As such, if you can raise it and you fully evolve it, it will annihilate everything in its path. If you don't want to just catch Rayquaza to do that, and want to do it in more legitimate ways, Bagon is the way to go. And that's everything in here. There's one item I'm still kind of looking for, so I'm going to keep looking around. And that's the only place you can ever catch Bagon. In which case, that guy in Pacific Log, why in the hell would you try to Bagon for a freaking Horsey? Come on. You can catch Horsey right next by, and Bagon is way better than Kingdra. Especially since you don't need to trade to get its fully evolved form. But, yeah. Now, you may be saying, it's like, well, crap, if Bagon's line is that good, why won't you use it? It's because Bagon's line is, one, very hard to raise, and two, it shows up so late in the game. Its full evolution doesn't even happen until level 50, so I honestly just would not suggest ever using it, personally. Now, if you want to be overpowered as all hell, then be my guest, but it's pretty rough to raise, and as such, that's part of the reason why I didn't want to really ever use it on my team. I'm trying to figure out... Oh, it's over there. Okay, so I need to go down here first. Or not. How the balls am I supposed to... Okay. There's another freaking item in this place that I'm trying to find, and I cannot remember for the life of me exactly where it's at. It has to be deeper within the cave, I know that much. So, let's go further within. In my notes, I have it on the first floor, so... It's gotta be somewhere around. I'm just probably an idiot and don't exactly remember. Let's go around here. Bam. And personally, I have used a Bagon on my team before in Emerald, and it's very powerful. Its fully evolved form literally just is in easy mode for the rest of the game, but it's such a pain to deal with when it comes to leveling up and evolving that it's... Honestly, I just don't really suggest it unless if you're really into Bagon's line. So, oh, I never went over here. That's what it is. TM23 Iron Tail. That is why I wanted to do that. I feel like a moron. Alright, let's escape rope out of here. I'm going to meet you guys on over to, I guess, Pacific Log? Yeah. Back to Pacific Log, I want to heal. And for coming up, you are going to need Waterfalls, so that's why I'm keeping Aries in. What is wrong with me? I will go and get Soul here soon, but honestly, Soul's going to be completely useless for right now, because we're still finishing up the last bit of water routes here. Thankfully, no more dive spots we need to go and explore, and actually, I think we're done with dive for the rest of the entire game, so... Let's do the max repel. I think I have one already going, but I want to make double sure. Yep. And knowing my luck, it's going to wear out as soon as I start going into these routes. But yeah, there's really nothing left for us to do for the journey, at least not much. All our stuff, what? Our main objective now is heading to the east over to a whole new area. And we briefly came into this direction earlier. I do not know if I fought you. But hey, thankfully this means we're pretty much done with water routes. This is the last stretch of water routes we'll ever have to deal with. So there's that, I guess. Double battle. Yeah, this is fine. I already fought them, apparently. Who have I not fought? Have I fought you? I have fought you. You can tell how long these water routes are. Jesus. Did I really just fight everybody on the way over? Oh, I had to go up. I am confused. Did I have to go up from there? Oh, yeah, I did. That's why. Okay, that's why I'm confused. I thought it was just dead right, but yeah, no. Heading further to the east. I did fight you. Who have I not fought in this godforsaken realm? Jesus. I know I try to do everything in these here. Well, you saw me from off screen. That's just bull. What do you have, Caitlin? Staryu. I have a feeling I should have fought you a long time ago. Along with speaking of usually taking care of every single little thing, I'm probably not going to go back and try to fight all of the trainers on all the water routes, especially those water routes going west of freaking Pacific Log, because it is such a pain in the ass to go back through that area and take the different tide routes that it's really not worth it, and there's not a lot of items out there that is worth it to begin with, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing from there on. Struggling to word. I don't know. I'm excited, damn it. And you two have Seeking and Tentacruel. Both at level 35. I mean, hey, it's levels. And the thing is, too, we're going to need our levels here soon, too. We're going to have another difficulty spike very, very soon. And to the point where I do think we're actually going to need to grind levels a little bit because it's better than Gen 2. I gotta give the game credit for that, but they still have weird level spikes here and there that aren't drastic, but they exist, and you have to prepare for them. And man, that did not do a lot of damage. That's... Why are you bubble beaming? I guess we both resist this, huh? Yeah, I guess it's fine. You just resist well, actually, you're just, not resist, but you're neutral to grass. That's what makes it annoying, man. A water type that is not immune, or that is not weak to water. God, a water type that's not weak to grass. Jesus, I can't freaking speak today. Damn. I apologize. Well, there we go. And we're pretty much already here. Yeah, this isn't too far. Welcome to Ever Grande City, which I have my own words about this place. Go up to Waterfall. And we've made it. It has its own really cool theme. Very, very cool. Now, here's my question. How the hell is this a city? There's only one building here and a signpost. There's not even residents here. Well, unless if you count these people. The long and harrowing Victory Road. It's like reliving the path one has traveled in life. Believe in your Pokémon and give it your very best. The Pokémon League is only a short distance after the Victory Road. If you come this far, what choice do you have but to keep going? Oh, Scott, you claimed your way up to face the Pokémon League. I'm happy for you. You made my cheering worthwhile. Nyman, if you were to become the Pokémon League champion, I'll get in touch with you then. Okay, go for greatness. Did not know he was here. He kind of just shows up. He's like the Forrest Gump of Pokemon. Although he does intentionally try to get in your way instead of how Forrest Gump is. I don't know. If you've never seen that movie, I highly recommend it. Especially since it's like very old at this point. Anyways, so preparing for the Victory Road. You're gonna need a lot of things. You're gonna need a surfer, a strengther, a rock smasher, a waterfaller, and a flasher. I regret putting ER at the end of everything. And technically you don't need flash, but it's nice to have. I should probably put it on Zenith. Because the thing is, if I don't, then I'm gonna have to, well no, because I need to bring in Soul too. Who can learn Flash here? Because I don't want to bring an HM user for that. Because again, if I have to do that, then I have to bring in 2 HM users, and I don't want to do that. Eclipse and Zenith and Nova. Honestly, Zenith is probably the best one for that. I have all the moves I want on Eclipse right now. So, yeah, I'm just going to get rid of Quick Attack. I can always get rid of Flash later on anyway, so it's not a big deal. But I do want to bring in Soul. So, for mainstays, I think Ares has Strength, so I don't technically need Orion. I will need Soul for Rock Smash, though, so, yeah. We're going to see who I need to go and take out and who to keep in. Alright, Soul... You go replace... Man, there's Dragon Tamers in there too. That's why I don't really want to do that. I guess... Nebula? No. I could probably deal with the Dragon types in there. I'm going to put away Eclipse. He's the highest leveled one we have on our team. So, try to keep our levels decently coverageable. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And actually, now that I think about it, I cannot make up my decisions. Because I kind of want to have Eclipse for something later as well, damn it. This is hard decisions when you have to have an HM user for like 90% of the HMs. And no wonder they got rid of it. Okay. Crap, man. Who do I get rid of? I guess... Yeah, Nebula. Nebula is technically the weakest out of everybody, and they're gonna be the least helpful in this place. So I think having Nebula out is the correct decision for right now. We made our way over to Ever Grande City. One hell of a city. So, we only got the Victory Road just up ahead of us. Next time on Pokemon Emerald, we're going through Victory Road. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.